friends, welcome back to Storytime. Today we're talking about Groundhog Day, and if you don't know what that is, we'll read a book all about it. But first, let's sing our hello song, which goes like this. Hello, friends, it's time to say hello. Sing along with me, okay? Hello, friends, hello, friends, hello, friends, it's time to say hello. Hi everybody, welcome back to Storytime. And now that we sang our hello song, we're going to sing a song called Roly Poly. Can you roll with me? Roly poly, up, 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 up. Roly, roly poly, down, 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 down. Roly poly, out, 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 out. Roly, roly poly, in, 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 in. Roly poly, fast, 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 fast. Roly, roly poly, slow, 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 slow. Awesome! And now that we had our first song, we're going to read our first book, and it's called Max Celebrates Groundhog Day. And this book is going to teach us what Groundhog Day is. Max celebrates Groundhog Day. Max and Zoe are very excited. They are going on a field trip with their classmates. These are their classmates, and they're going somewhere on a field trip. The teacher tells the class it is Groundhog Day. They are going to the park to see the groundhog, City Park. Lots of people are at the park. There is going to be a special celebration for Groundhog Day. The teacher tells the class about the groundhog. The groundhog lives in a hole in the ground. It comes out to get food. On Groundhog Day, the groundhog comes out of its hole and looks for its shadow. This is our friend, the groundhog. Max and Zoe want to see the groundhog. They watch the hole in the ground. On a sunny day, the groundhog will see its shadow. If the groundhog sees its shadow, it goes back into its hole. The teacher says this means there will be 6 more weeks of winter. Max shouts. He sees the groundhog come out of its hole. Everyone is looking and pointing at the groundhog. Today is a cloudy day. The groundhog cannot see its shadow. The teacher says this means spring will be here soon. Max is glad that the groundhog did not see its shadow. He is glad that spring will be here soon. The end. And that was the Groundhog Day field trip. If the groundhog sees its shadow, he goes back into its hole, and it's 6 more weeks of winter. And if he does not see his shadow, he comes out, he does not see his shadow, and spring will be here sooner, which means less cold and less wind, and spring days will be here soon. And now we're going to sing a song called Mr. Groundhog. Are you there? And we're going to hide and then see. Mr. Groundhog, are you there? Are you there? Will you see your shadow? Will you see your shadow on Groundhog Day? Groundhog Day. Mr. Groundhog, are you there? Are you there? Will you see your shadow? Will you see your shadow on Groundhog Day? Groundhog Day. Awesome. And now we have a book. This one is not about Groundhog Day, but it does have a groundhog, and a greyhound. A greyhound, a groundhog. A hound, a round hound. Can you make a circle? Round and round. A greyhound, a dog. A hog, a round hog, round and round. A groundhog. We can see it's in the hole and there's flowers, so it looks like it might be spring soon. So he probably did not see his shadow. A groundhog, a greyhound, a round little greyhound. A greyhound, a groundhog, a brown little groundhog. This is a tongue twister book. A groundhog, a greyhound, a gray little round hound. A greyhound, a groundhog, a found little round hog. They found each other. A round, round hound, a round groundhog. A round brown hog, a round gray dog. Around and around and around, the ground and a hog and some gray and a dog. A round hound, a gray dog, a round little hound dog. A gray hog, a ground dog, a hog little hound dog. This book has the same sounds over and over, and it makes it a tongue twister. Around and around and astound. We keep hearing the sound ound, sound, ground, around, and astound. A bog and a sound. The same word we just used. A log on the ground and around and around and around and around. The end. That was a greyhound, a groundhog. Really fun to read out loud because you kind of get stuck on the same sound. And now we're going to practice our counting with 6 little groundhogs. Let's make sure we have all of them before we start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they have the numbers on them. 6 little groundhogs, furry and brown, popping up to look around. One sees his shadow and down he'll go. Now we have 5 little groundhogs in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 little groundhogs, furry and brown, popping up to look around. One sees his shadow and down he'll go. Now only 4 groundhogs are in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4 little groundhogs, furry and brown, popping up to look around. One sees his shadow and down he'll go. Now only 3 little groundhogs are in a row. 1, 2, 3. 3 little groundhogs, furry and brown, popping up to look around. One sees his shadow and down he'll go. Now only 2 little groundhogs are in a row. 1 and 2. 2 little groundhogs, furry and brown, popping up to look around. One sees his shadow and down he'll go. Now only 1 last groundhog is in a row. 1 little groundhog, furry and brown, popping up to look around. He sees his shadow and down he'll go. Now only 0 groundhogs are in a row. They all went back into their holes. They saw their shadow, so that means 6 more weeks of winter. These are all our groundhogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that was our last activity of our story time. But before we go, we have to sing our goodbye song, which goes like this. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Sing along with me, okay? Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Bye-bye, friends. I'll see you next week for another story time.